We want to thank our amazing sponsor, the Rope Drop Queen herself, Michelle McKnight. She is a destination specialist with touring plans and can help you plan an amazing vacation. Whether it's Disney, Universal, a cruise, or an all-inclusive, she can help you with booking, planning, and strategizing to help you have an incredible experience at a great rate. Contact her today at michelle@touringplans.com. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Disney. And we need to start this show with a weird pause for a minute, because every time Doug and I have said something over the last couple weeks, Disney has gone on and changed it, and people have let us know.
They've noticed.
We record maybe a day or two before, and Disney changes things. And Doug, you angrily text me like, "Of course they said that." So, real quick,
I gave
Doug,
them a compliment last time.
Yeah,
I was like, "Good, they've added more Lightning Lanes, Genie Plus for Hollywood Studios," and then they take it away. So
real quick, Doug, we're just going to get some of the things out of the way because we want Disney to listen and go kind of like reverse psychology. So,
yes.
Doug, I don't think Tron's going to open this year.
Yeah, maybe never.
Yep.
So, yeah. And we won't see the dining plan this year either.
No, it's never happening. Nope.
No. So
you know what, Doug? I don't know
wrong.
if chicken pot pies are ever coming back.
Well, that one's a given. I mean, come on. They would have fixed that by now. I've talked about chicken pot pies a few too many times.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's the nail in the coffin there. But those are good ones. The dining plan, Disney. You don't need to bring it back.
Come on, guys. Wink. Yes. Listen, do the opposite of what Doug and I say for once. Make things a little cheaper? I don't know. So, yeah, prices keep going up on us. Anyway, I do think it's funny. And thank you to all of our listeners who have commented every time we get something wrong. We do record this show early, and it has become a running gag that we mess up or Disney likes to change things. They don't call us and let us know in advance, Doug.
No, they don't keep us in the loop, which is a little disappointing.
It's frustrating. So, and also a special thank you to a lot of longtime Patreons. We're going to give a shout out to Kristen Lang, Julian and Abby, and Aaron Besmer. I'm hopefully saying those right.
I think you did good.
I think I did good on this one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining the Rope Drop Radio community, getting the bonus episodes, the swag, and all the fun stuff. We love our Patreons and definitely help keeps the show going.
Yeah. The after shows that we record, you never know what they're going to be about.
No, it's the best.
One of
They're
the
my
beauties
favorite
of it.
episodes.
Yes. So, all right, on to Apple Podcast reviews. Thank you to everyone that has left one. It means a lot. So here we go. Very informative 5 stars by Mr. Tom Morrow.
I get
Yeah,
that. I like it.
That was a good one.
Well played.
Yeah. All right. I just found your podcast and love the practical touring advice you provide. As an avid rope dropper, your perspective is very insightful. Keep up the great work, and thanks for all you do.
Okay.
Go. Solid
I like it.
review.
Solid review, and one of my favorite names I've ever seen in a review.
That's a good one.
It is good. So definitely keep that up. Thank you guys so much for reviews. Keep sending them in. Keep helping growing the show. We love it, and it helps Rope Drop Radio out so much. And what we're going to be talking about today is not the things that we love to do and talk about all the time, the must-dos. We talk about that all the time. Today we're talking about some things that are overlooked, Doug. Things that some people say are a must-do, maybe not a must-do, Doug. So today we're going to share some of our favorite overlooked things at Walt Disney World. And to help with this task, we're going to bring on this very special guest. Welcome from YouTube, KingdaKha.
Thank you so much. I cannot wait. I'm honestly very honored to be here. So thank you guys so much for having me on. Seriously.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to come on with us. Enjoy your YouTube videos from in the parks. Practical touring, like the reviewer said. You're just touring, having a good time. So why don't you take a minute and share some of your Disney background with the rope droppers?
Of course. So first and foremost, KingdaKha is my stage name. My real name is Kareek. And I basically grew up with Disney. I wasn't necessarily a parks person. I was more of like Disney animation. I grew up with the movies. That was more of where obviously how I got introduced. more so like everybody else. But as for me, I was dying to go to the parks growing up, but finally I grew up. I got my own money, and I went for the first time with my friends, and we absolutely fell in love with it. Me more so than others, and everybody was just like, that place is like your home. And it's obviously it's such a magical spot, and it's a place where it's just a feel good place. And then now I go back every year, and I starting to venture off into Disneyland in California, but Disney World is my main home, and I'm just completely, unfortunately, I'm a Disney adult, as most of the world would hate to call them, but it is what it is, and I'm just having fun. That's basically what it is.
There's nothing wrong with being a Disney adult for you listeners right now. It is a great thing.
We're all there. That was a great background. You got that out there really good. I like that.
Thank you.
That was good. So I think we dive right into the topic of the day. Some of the things that you can find throughout Disney World that are some of our favorites, but overlooked by the masses. So many people are busy just going attraction. And like someone will come home, you're like, oh, how was Disney World? And be like, we did 9 things. And they list them like a military game plan of sorts, or they read it off their spreadsheet. But Disney World's so much more. Like you said, it feels like home. It's a happy place, right? So little things kind of are what make it that way. So we're going to take turns, work our way around, and each give one, talk about it a little bit, and see how many we come up with. No rules, no set number. It's not a top 10 list. But Kareem, do you want to start us out?
Sure. So one thing I personally feel as though it's overlooked, and I absolutely love it. It's an attraction, but it's one that I know that many people would be like, it is what it is. Like you get on it, but you never think about it again. I love the Little Mermaid ride. And you know what it is? I'm not even a big Little Mermaid fan. Growing up, I've never actually watched the movie. I watched the second movie before I even watched the first movie, which is so weird.
That was weird. Will give you.
Yeah, that is odd. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a twin, and I guess my mom was trying to keep the movies neutral, so I never really watched a lot of the princess movies. But I don't know why the second one even came up in my household, but we watched it, and that's the Little Mermaid that I grew up with. But going to the parks, I did that ride for the first time, and I'm just like, wow, I was just so taken back by it, and I'm just like, why am I in love with this ride? But if I break it down, one, it's just I just like how they used the projections, like when you first go, you see the bubbles and stuff like that, and you see her up swimming with her silhouette with Flounder, and then you see her figure, and it's just like, I don't know, something about it was just so cool, and I love the way that they did that dark ride, and it's such a great fit for the area, the new Fantasyland, and I was just like, the queue is just amazing. So I think they just did a really good job with that, and I know a lot of people overlook that because it's like, it's just another dark ride. It's Little Mermaid. It's whatever. You know what I mean? It's like every other dark ride, but this one is just, I don't know. It gets me all the time. And then I did the same one in Disneyland in December, and it was the same exact thing. So I'm just like, cool. I love this even more. But there's something about the Walt Disney World one that just gets me, and I can't even really pinpoint as to why I love it so much. I just think it's such a dope ride.
That's a great description. It is a good one. It's a good dark ride, a good addition to the park. A lot of people skip it.
Yeah, I know. I watched I have the My Disney Experience app, and for some reason, when I'm bored most of the time, I'll always go on it. I don't even know why I'm checking it. It doesn't make any sense. I'm all the way in New Jersey, but I'll check it and I'll be like, I love, it's just it's always short. It's such a short time. You can tell people don't really do it because there's so many other attractions around, like Haunted Mansion, Peter Pan, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, that are the attention seekers. But that's such an overlook. Like, oh, it's Little Mermaid. It is what it is. Whatever. That's why it's always such short times. So as for me, that is a must do. I don't care if I'm with 100 people or if I'm by myself. I'm going on that ride. That is a must do for me. So.
Very nice.
And one of my favorite queues on property.
Yes.
Exactly. In the facade, it's just so cool. Like the whole shipwreck, and then not the shipwreck, but the ship and the outside.
Built a whole
of it.
castle.
Like, it's so cool. It's amazing. Like, it looks really dope. And then then you have Scout, the animatronic in the queue, and I'm like, that is so cool. I love it. They great touches.
Yeah, love it.
All right, Derek.
So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the parks and I'm going to watch fireworks from a different vantage point. I'm going to go to the Poly or Contemporary, and I'm going to watch them with friends who want to just maybe have a drink right outside California Grill, and just they pipe in the music. And I feel like getting away from the masses has been a really underlooked thing to be able to do at Walt Disney World.
Dude, you didn't mention a back scratcher. I'm kind of surprised.
Well, you get that before, and then you use it with the people around you at the Poly.
Okay, just want to make sure you're thinking of the back scratcher so that you can annoy whoever's around you.
It's just really like Disney is really layers, and after you've seen the fireworks up close, there's something really neat and magical about getting away from the parks and watching them at a whole new vantage point.
And I will say this, enchantment in the parks, it just doesn't quite do it for me like Happily Ever After did. However, from across the lagoon, the pyro is amped up.
I agree.
It is better than Happily Ever After was from a distance. So
I got because for me, I'm actually the complete opposite. Like I'm more of a projections type of person. So that's why Happily Ever After told a better story than Enchantment in terms of projections. So if I don't see fireworks, if I'm not in the park watching the projections with the fireworks, then I don't care to watch fireworks at all. Like, that's just personally me. But I mean, I'll definitely try that because I go back in June. So I'll definitely,
get a cocktail at the California Grill and then go out on the balcony and watch them from there. It's a win every time.
I'm definitely gonna do that just to see what you mean. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give you my review.
Okay, I want to hear it.
We're both like 5'4", so we don't get to see the projections anyway.
Yep.
I got you.
I've heard neat things about. No, I've seen them. I got sharp elbows. All right, that's a good one, Derek. I like it. All right, for my first one, I'm going to go over to Epcot, and this is something that I was discussing with the family of overlooked things, and this came up from all of them separately, independently, and that is Voices of Liberty. And my first reaction when they all said that is, according to the unofficial guide, that's the #1 rated attraction in
that
Epcot.
I do not miss every time.
Right, but that's people that read the unofficial guide and do that like 500-page survey. So I feel like the average person at Disney World is not that person. So don't sleep on Voices of Liberty. It's a fantastic show back in the Rotunda. And it doesn't go late into the evening, so you got to get there during the day. It's like last show around 5, but Voices of Liberty is mine.
Oh, it's a phenomenal show. Love it every time.
I think I've seen it. I've caught it once, but it was really good. Like, great talent. I love it.
Very talented, yeah. It's something about live music.
The Christmas show is 10 times even better.
They do good stuff.
They do great.
We saw them on 4th of July. They do a special 4th of July show out in the American Gardens Theater, and that is really good.
I'm sure.
So there you go.
That's a good one,
All
Doug.
right. Yeah. All right, back to the top. What do you got for us?
All right, so I was thinking it over in my head while you guys were speaking. I'm actually going to keep it in Epcot too. There's so my favorite pavilion is Norway, and I'm not 100% sure if this is overlooked, but I don't see many people talk about it as much. But there is the Greek gods, Thor and Loki. There's a little there's like this little, I don't even know what to call it, like a passageway, a walkway where they're just telling the stories of the Norse gods. And I'm just like, such a dope addition to Norway because it's just telling the mythical stories of these gods. And it's just so not hidden per se, but not a lot of people know about it. But I'm just like, it's so secluded. I go in and it's just, if you want to learn some type of history in a sense, that's a great place to go. And I love like Thor in general, like in terms of Marvel. So it was like to see that, like his origin of where he started. I think that is just so cool. So I don't like to pass that up when I'm around Norway. Like I said, that's my favorite country. So it's definitely a great read.
Yeah, that is a hidden gem.
Yep.
And that's what you say you did on your vacation to your kids' teachers when you take them out of school.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. This is actually going to flip my 3 and 2 real quick because I'm going to stay in Epcot and follow up with that. Mine is going to the backside of pavilions. Like everyone stays on the road, eating and drinking around the world. They don't really go deep into the pavilions. Like people who listen to the show know that I love going into the back of Canada, seeing the waterfall, but every pavilion has some hidden gem in there, and it's about you finding it. And I feel like the more times you go to Epcot, the more times you're going to look around for those things you like. We've had wonderful experiences in Morocco. You've said Norway. It's just so many cool things in the pavilions when you really dive in. A lot of things are overlooked, and you're going to find them now.
Do you have one specific example, or just the back of all pavilions?
No, Canada is my favorite by far and away. Like the waterfall, I do Canadian. That. I am half Canadian, so that is the one I go to the most. But like we've had great times meeting Jasmine back pre-pandemic in Morocco, and you and I, Doug, have had good times touring Germany pavilions. So
the back of Germany is just beer garden. So you end up with a good time there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good times.
Pretzel bread. I mean, what you can't go wrong. It's pretzel
Absolutely.
bread. The other one there, Japan has that little like anime museum type thing, which is pretty cool too.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, if you go straight back,
that's
Japan,
why it's a hidden thing. You got to overlook.
You turn left. Right before you go into the gift shop in the back, to the left, it's the little museum-y thing.
Talking about, I think I might know. Maybe I did go in there when the first one to, but I gotta revisit it. Absolutely.
It's not really just anime. It's called all kinds of other things that I'm not remembering the name of because I go and my daughter knows what it all is, and I'm like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, well, I'm hungry, so for mine, leaving the parks to kind of a hidden gem counter service, and that is Captain Cook's at the Poly. One of my favorite counter service, period, whether in the park or outside. I love the nachos that they have. The pork nachos are really good. They have a few other things. You can also get Tonga toast in the morning, which is what you can get at Kona Grill, but you can get it counter service. And if you haven't had that, it's enough calories for your week. I think that's the only way to describe it. But Captain Cook's is my hidden gem counter service that we eat there regularly.
I gotta remember that because there's so many new places in Disney. I feel like there's so much that gets overlooked, and you never know about it until stuff like this comes up, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna put that on my checklist next time I go, or I'm gonna definitely have to visit this. So that's definitely one I'm gonna put on my list. So
just leaving the parks in general to go eat has been a huge thing for me that was overlooked 10 years ago, Derek, versus now. Derek.
10 years ago, Derek was like, ride, sleep.
Show. No, there's a show in there, Doug.
Come
on,
Indiana
give me something.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still something. Oh, and then eat and then go to bed.
Yeah, because you forgot to eat all day.
I forgot to eat. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Yep.
Yes. Go for it.
So we're gonna bring it on over to Animal Kingdom.
Oh, good. My next one's Animal Kingdom.
Look at that. Same page. A lot of the exhibits, and not even exhibits. Actually, no, I'll save that for later. I know that we have the animal, the expedition. What is it called?
Everest?
No, not Everest.
Oh, okay.
The trek. The
African Safari Trek.
The Safari Trek, yes. I know we have that, but there's a tiger and a gorilla one that sometimes gets missed, and I know a lot of people don't know about it, especially when I go with a group of people. They don't know that that's there because for some reason it's just so hidden or like Rafiki's Planet Watch. It's just it's a train ride over there. A lot of people don't know. Like, there's such a backside to Animal Kingdom that doesn't get explored enough, or people just don't explore it in general, that are so beautiful. Like, Animal Kingdom is such a big, wide, vast park that a lot of things can get hidden or overlooked. So it's just like, you guys can go see gorillas literally up close. I went in February, and I didn't know about it because it was so overlooked. After we left the safari, that we took that right, or was that left after the exit, and I'm seeing these gorillas right in front of my face, or tigers, or the zebras and stuff like that you don't get to see on the safari. And I feel like a lot of people don't really know about it, because once they get off the safari, they're heading straight to Pandora, or they're going to Everest. You know what I mean? So
I'd say 90% overlook that.
Yeah.
I bet you. I bet
Easy.
it's 10% do both trails.
Exactly.
If that. Because I can be honest, I'm guilty of not doing those. But we went to the zoo a lot when the kids were little. I'm zooed out.
I get it. And that's another thing where I 100% understand that. But there's something, like, even though the walkthroughs sometimes are themed really well, like, I think to see the tigers, like, it felt like we were in God forgive me, I don't even know the state in Asia. I don't know what it is, but it just looked so cool. And I was just like, wow, this is amazing. I took a whole bunch of pictures because I've never been there, because, like we said, it's overlooked. So
Yep. That's a perfect example.
That was a great one. Yeah.
That's spot on.
I'm going to stick with Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Another thing, I actually was going to say Rafiki's or the Boneyard. I feel like forget about the pandemic for a second. The Boneyard is something that kids love. I mean, age 4, 3, whatever, to about 8, 9 is a phenomenal little play area. And as a grown adult, it reminds me of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids play area that I enjoyed as a kid. And it's a great time. The kids had, it's a glorified playground, but it's also nice for adults to have a little bit of break. And I feel like so many people just walk right on by it. Yes, let's go to Dinosaur. Let's go up to Everest, Triceratops Spin, whatever, and we skip it completely. But there is some love for it. And now that the more times that my kids have done it, it has been great to reminisce and then enjoy it through their eyes as well. And Disney did a great job theming it.
I'm one of those parents that tried to push my kids past it. They still got some time in there when they were little.
Ending thing, like, I feel like there's so much to see or do in the park, but with that, it's like, okay, we're about to leave. Go ahead. You can
go up, play for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
I
can record a bonus episode of Rope Drop Radio. You go play.
There's a reason they have snacks right across the way. Yeah. Like, you can go get yourself a snack.
Well, I thought it was funny. A couple of years ago, they had the annual pass magnet right there. That's where you had to get the magnet. So it's like, okay, I guess my kids are going to go play and I'll wait in line for the magnet.
Yep. Now they want you to go to Disney Springs.
Yeah, I saw that.
Straight up
get in line.
Spend money.
Yeah.
They're tricky. All right. Well, I'll keep it in Animal Kingdom.
Oh, nice.
Something that's very overlooked is when you're going to Dinosaur, there is a T-Rex full-size skeleton outside, and that is Sue, the T-Rex. And the history of Sue, I think, is the most overlooked part. The actual dinosaur of Sue is the largest T-Rex ever found, and they actually cleaned half the bones of T-Rex at the Animal Kingdom back when it opened. And when you're in line for Dinosaur, you could see people actually cleaning the bones and then casting bones. The other half of the dinosaur was cleaned at the Field Museum in Chicago. And so the actual bones are in Chicago at the Field Museum, and they made 2 copies. One is at Disney World for us all to see at Animal Kingdom. The other one tours around the country. So there was one summer we saw all 3 copies, or both copies and the original, in like a 2-month span. So we felt like Sue aficionados. And also, for our Twitter people, Sue is very active on Twitter and hilarious.
Dude, when it comes to Animal Kingdom, you're absolutely right. I'll just bypass that. And it's like, I always have a story, but it's like I went in February but you never know the backstory of these things. Like you'll see them and you're just like, wow, that's cool, but you never know that they have stories to them. And that's what I love about general is that there's always a method to their madness when they add something into the parks. Like it's not there just for looks. There's always a story behind something.
There's another layer. That's how I've always seen it.
Exactly.
Yep. So sue the T-Rex. All right, sir. What is your next one?
So now we're gonna hop over to Magic Kingdom, and this necessarily doesn't get overlooked. I just think that there's so much detail that people could look at when it comes to this. But it's the Haunted Mansion queue when you're first.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Stones, and even just like watching how some of the tombstones animated, like the eyes open for this one stone, or if you look at the Pet Cemetery, you'll see you'll see like names that I forget if it's what's his name? What's the Mr. Toad? I think
Mr. Toad. Yep, he's in there.
He's got a gravestone.
Yeah, exactly. You'll see so many like Easter eggs and things that people don't look at because you're just trying to get inside and you're trying to obviously get to the stretching room, of course. So you're not taking the time to look around you and really look at the detailings of the Haunted Mansion and especially when you're leaving the ride. Nobody really looks around and stuff like that. Like I feel like even the horse and carriage, or the ghost horse and carriage, even gets overlooked, even though it's right in front of the mansion. And it's just like, okay, well, what you guys don't understand, that's a horse is holding that, supposed to be holding that up. You know what I mean? So there's certain little things in the Haunted Mansion queue that can be picked up, and I'll see YouTube videos on that, and I'll go more into detail. I'm like, wow, I never noticed that. Even though I'm staring here and I'm looking, I'm like, wow, that's cool. There's always bits and pieces, something that you'll figure out that's new. So
that's a great point. Of even the big main don't miss attractions have overlooked portions and parts, things like that. That's a great observation. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I had to have a fun one, Doug, and I'm actually moving it up my list a little bit. Best bathroom that's overlooked on property. And this is Doug. Doug actually is the one who told me about this.
I know all the good bathrooms.
You do know all the good bathrooms, and the best bathroom at Hollywood Studios when you need to do anything is in Brown Derby. And it's more centrally located, and it's always clean, and there's never anyone in there. And it is
Don't go in the main door. You go in the door off to the left.
Yes.
Like,
it is
don't
such
go
a
in the main door.
This has
You don't
become
even
my
walk past
go-to bathroom in all of Walt Disney World. But yes, Hollywood Studios for sure. And I'm just like, it is the best bathroom on property at this point. So thank you, Doug. I overlooked this because you walk by it 1,000 times. You don't know there's a bathroom in there, and there is.
You also don't realize you can just walk in there too.
Exactly.
Like you don't even have to go past a hostess, none of that. You just the main entrance, and then off to the left, another set of doors. It's right inside there.
It's perfect.
Thank you. One,
this is my thank you, Doug. You helped me see this overlooked bathroom.
That's a good one. I'll just do another bathroom then that's overlooked. This one's in Epcot, which bathrooms are not they're sketchy there because you get especially on the weekend. So the backside of Imagination has a bathroom. You got to walk like all the way, like you have the entrance for Figment. You take a hard right and you walk all the way to the backside of it, and it's a hike, so you're pretty alone. That's a good bathroom.
That is a good
one. The backside of Figment.
Yep.
I think I know where that is. I feel like I don't know. So many bathrooms.
So many.
But it's good to know the right bathrooms.
Yes, there we go. That's a simple one.
Like the bathrooms in Galaxy's Edge, those are not the right bathrooms. Those are always crazy.
Well, one, they're called refreshers.
That's true. Good point.
I don't have a 2, but
you do if you go to the bathroom.
So next for me that gets overlooked is it's not even in the parks, and I feel like I necessarily can't call this overlooked because it's like you have to stay at this resort to like kind of understand or know what I'm talking about. But if you're ever in Art of Animation, or if you ever stay there, you have these statues that are inside the park that I think it's Lion King, Little Mermaid, and Cars. But around the area, there's like this jogging area, which is basically just around the whole resort. They have little tidbits of fun facts from each of the movie, and I love that because I mean I work out, I actively work out really, and I was jogging and I'm stopping and I'm just reading these random signs that are in the grass, and I'm just like, wow, that's actually really cool. So I made it my mission to kind of just go to each one and just read it, and I'm just like, it's still like the little things like that that makes that resort so cool and just really immersive into like this cartoon world that they're trying to portray in the resorts, but then it's also telling you like the history and the background of where how the movies happened or how they came about, or the voice acting or drawing, animation, stuff like that. So it's really cool. If you're ever in art of animation, definitely check that out. Walk around, not just the middle of the resort, walk around the sides, because like I said, it gives like little fun facts, which is just pretty cool.
I agree. I like that.
Yeah, that jogging trail is great. And you kind of get similar things on the Pop Century side about the decades. Not probably as exciting as about movies, but you know.
True. I didn't even know that about I didn't know that about Pop Century, because Pop Century, because when it happened, the first time I ever went, I was in like this really big running stage in my life. So that's when I went out and ran. But then I went in 2019. I stayed at Pop.
Doug has never been in that stage.
No. I've tried really hard to be in that stage, and then that stage tried to kill me. So I just I'm done with it. I love my
someday. Also, we've had a few of our listeners ask us if Doug and I are ever going to do a Run Disney event. Yes.
Someday.
When? I don't know. Another overlooked thing. Doug and I doing a Run Disney event.
For me, that would be a Walk Disney, because I'd run for like at least, I want to say 2 minutes, and then I'm done. Barely 2 minutes, and then I'm walking the rest of it.
And you'd still be ahead of us. So there you go.
I believe in you guys. I feel like you guys can do it.
Okay. We got to do it.
I like the faith, but it's misplaced. All right, Derek, do you have any more?
I do. I have one, a place that I loved, a hidden, overlooked place to get a drink at the end of the night. And that's on the top of Grand Destino Tower. It has now become one of my favorite little bars. It's never that crowded. You can go on the patio. You can kind of see fireworks from some other parks. But what I love the most is I have met some really cool people up there, always great bartenders, and it's just, I feel like a very overlooked place to get a cocktail at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't say Petals, but I'll let it slide.
But it wasn't raining. So if it's raining and you're staying at Pop, you got to get Petals.
That's
and
true.
Well, the thing is, I've never bought there, Doug. You always buy at Petals.
That makes it taste better,
It
right?
does, very much. The lack of alcohol they had in those drinks, but yes.
We've done Petals a few times, just because. That's a good one, Derek. That's a good one. My last one of things that kind of get overlooked. This is an attraction in the Magic Kingdom, and some people might say, but Doug, is that really overlooked? It's right there off the hub. I'm going to say Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yep.
That's so
gut, huh?
Yeah.
It gets passed by so many people, but it is live comedy to an extent. There is a script, but it's actors doing the jokes, picking on the crowd. It's a little bit different every time, but familiar enough that you know what's coming. I have yet to be that guy. I feel like I should be
Goals.
At some point.
I'm dying.
I hope I'm with you when that happens.
Probably you'll be the guy that has to buy churros.
Gosh, I will. Okay, I will. I've been on the big screen with Olivia once when we were wearing matching Rope Drop Radio shirts. But if that ever happens to you, Doug, I will record it. It will be live on Patreon. Oh my gosh, it will be so much. Yeah. I will drain a phone battery for that one.
I'll pay to watch that.
Yes.
Yeah. It would be entertaining. I've only been on the screen when they picked on Michelle one time, and they were doing the mind reading, and she said her number, right? Because he's like, I got my eyes closed, say your number for the crowd to hear, right? And he repeated it wrong. It was hilarious because everybody in the crowd laughed, and so he just misheard, and then that made made it pretty funny. And then of course the kids have for 5 or 6 years, whenever somebody says pick a number, it's number 42, because that was the number that day. It's the kids haven't let that go yet.
I love that. That was your hidden overlook.
It's overlooked.
It's hidden right there off the hub with giant signage, but everybody's they're
getting the Space Mountain. They're going to get the Tron when that eventually opens.
We'll do that later, kids, and then later doesn't necessarily happen.
That is a true story. I've said that to my children many of times on Disney trips.
The longer the trip you have planned, the more often you say we'll do that later, and then
it doesn't happen.
Oh, it's amazing.
But I feel like you have more of a chance to actually do that later. Whereas that one, it's like, we'll do that later. You're not getting back. You're not coming back to it.
Oh, there's so many times I've told my kids, yeah, we'll get back to that. Where I'm like,
we're not getting back to that. Not even close. We're not going this side of the park for the rest of the trip.
We're walking to the car right now, but sure. Get back to that.
We're getting on the Skyliner because we missed. So I actually have one, Doug, like that. So my kids were upset they didn't get to do Remy. And I'm like, hey, we're going back that way. And then we got on the Skyliner. Of course, you can see Remy from the Skyliner, guys.
You're doing it from here.
Yay, it's the same.
I'll say some French phrases.
Great, Dad. Go to YouTube. Love it.
There we go.
All right. Do you have any more left?
I'm probably going to say no right now, and then something's going to pop in my head, and I hate that. So
that happens.
I'm going to say I'm good for right now.
Well, then that is going to go on all of our social media this week. What did we miss? We want to know what was overlooked. So let us know, guys. Go on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Rope Drop Radio. Let us know your overlooked Disney things.
All right. So that means
it is
time for the
lightning round.
All right. Congratulations, Karik. You have made it to the lightning round where the points are made up and they do not matter. You answer with your favorite Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, whatever you need to. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Favorite Disney movie?
Hercules.
Oh,
Hercules.
Good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed it's not Little Mermaid 2 though.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like setup and the execution on that joke could have been a running gag.
Oh, man.
The pins were set. Come on.
I want to see a YouTube breakdown of that movie on your channel.
I will watch that in a heartbeat.
Oh my gosh. It was just not that it was terrible. It was just, if you watch it, you'll understand why I'm saying, oh my gosh, I can't even get it. I don't even want to get into it, but it's just like brat. Like you just think, if you think Ariel was a brat, her daughter's just 10 times worse.
Yes.
I'm just like, bruh.
I watched the third one not too long ago with my kids, and I was like, "This is bad."
Yeah, it just gets worse.
Man, we off the rails in this lightning round. One question in.
There we go.
Let's get back to it. Favorite Disney character?
Mickey Mouse.
Not Ariel. Okay, got it.
All right. Favorite Disney villain?
Maleficent.
Excellent choice. Favorite Disney song?
I don't know why this is in my head right now. Colors of the Wind.
All right. Pocahontas. Got it. All right. We'll allow it. All right. Favorite Disney park?
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
OG
That's
right there.
I mean,
okay.
This is a lot crammed into one park there.
It is.
So it's hard to argue. All right. Favorite classic attraction? You define classic.
It's technically not classic, but it's Snow White's Enchanted Wish, which used to be Snow White's Fairy Adventures in Disneyland, but then they revamped it during COVID, and I mean, technically, okay, if you want to be technical, Peter Pan. Sure.
I think it works.
Snow White's a classic, right? Very much so.
I mean,
I'm sticking with that one.
Yeah, we'll go with it. All right, favorite modern attraction? You define modern.
Radiator Spring Racers in DCA, Cars Land. So, like, number one favorite ride. Love it.
Excellent. Good one. It is really good. All right, favorite Disney resort?
Art of Animation.
Nice. You did get an upgrade to a car suite, right? I saw that video.
I did. That was very random because we paid for Little Mermaid, and they were like, sure, we'll put you in a car. I forgot what happened, but I think we arrived early. And I just asked them if we can, if our room was ready, and they were like, no. But this one's ready. And I'm like, yeah, we'll take it. Because I was with my two cousins and they're boys and they love cars. So I was like, wow, this is just such a win-win. And I get my own room so I can lock the door.
But your favorite movie is Little Mermaid 2. I feel like you got robbed of that time.
This is going to be an ongoing gag. I love
yes.
it.
Darn, I didn't want the upgrade. I wanted the Little Mermaid room that's smaller and farther away.
Yeah, no, I'm glad cars. The room was done well, so I'm not mad.
Those are awesome rooms.
I am a little mad. I would love to stay at the Little Mermaid. You're absolutely right, just so I can see what it looks like, because I've never been in it. So
there's pictures on the internet.
I did it one time. We're good. It's a bucket list check.
Yeah, bucket list, Derek.
Checklist, whatever.
Checklist.
Okay.
Come on, man. Come on. Reel that in. All right. Favorite counter service restaurant?
I'm not saying it right. It's in Pandora.
We mispronounce everything, so don't worry. Satouli's Canteen. We just say Pandora.
Yep.
Pandora restaurant.
It's the best one. You got it. That's the right one.
So good, yeah.
1,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Favorite table service restaurant?
Everybody's gonna hate me for this. Be like, what the hell? Be our guest.
I like that restaurant. Doug and I disagree a little bit, but I do.
The price point gets me.
There's so many to choose from, but it's like there's so many better ones to choose from. But the last time me and my friend went, we had the steak, and when I tell you that was one of the best steaks I think I've ever had, and then on top of that, the macaroon, like the desserts, it was just, I was like, yeah, this is great. So I loved it.
It's a good
That's
one.
Good. All right. Favorite Disney snack?
I want to say Dole Whip, but there was this one during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It was a pumpkin spice milkshake, and I think about it all the time.
No, so you almost got a point, Doug.
Yeah, almost. I almost said the right answer. No, that sounds really good. Sometimes you have one of those things that they have at a special event and then they never have it again.
And you wonder why. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
you're making money.
Gosh, and I was so pissed. I was like, no, I brought back everything else but that. And I was just like, great. So it is what it is. Hopefully they'll bring it back here for Mickey's Not So Scary. So we'll see.
See. All right. Favorite Disney drink?
Blue milk.
What?
Whoa.
Ah! You failed. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Did the DCL dude put you up to that answer?
That is a terrible answer.
Get in your ear.
I love blue milk.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
It's so good. You guys are crazy. Listen, just try it again.
I did a few, like 2 weeks ago. I tried it again. I did videos of us.
We
trying
tried
it again.
Quite a bit because it was when we were on the Star Cruiser. I mean, there was just
unlimited. You could have as much as you want.
So like.
And you guys were lucky. That was the best part about the Star Cruiser, I bet.
You could make your money. If you can drink 38,000 gallons of blue milk, you'll make your money back. So go for it.
You damn right. And that's exactly
there you go. All right.
I'd pay that $5,000 just for that alone.
Oh, well, congratulations, DCL dude. You have
got another one in your
got another one. All right. They're mounting.
I'm so sorry, guys. I know that was a disappointing answer. I thought the BR guest was going to be disappointing, but
no, I like it. No,
that wasn't bad. That one wasn't bad. It was but the blue milk. What about the green milk? What do you think of the green milk?
It just has this like, you know what it is? It tastes like flowers.
Yeah. Okay. And so you're not totally.
Bad, but the blue milk also tastes like soap. But then I guess if you mix it together, it's just like a weird fruity soap flower.
You know what? We did not do that on the Star Cruiser, Doug. I did not mix them together. I'm regrets. We need to go back on now.
Gotta go back.
I'm back. Mixing it, I think, would have been great.
We need to move on from this before we. Yeah. All right. Disney bucket list item.
So there is this Hercules Jim Shore statue that I have been eyeing for years. And it came out in 2014. I didn't know about it. And I've been trying to search all over the internet for it. And they want like $500 for it. And I'm just like literally thinking, is this worth it? But I really want it so bad. So it's just a Jim Shore statue of Hercules. And it would go great in my collection. So
that is a great item. I guess I left out the word travel item. Travel bucket list. but that's
Okay.
good too. But we'll
Oh, wait,
give you another chance. 2
I'll
buckets.
throw that out. Okay, so travel. So it's a
Disney travel.
Disney.
You can go anywhere, do anything Disney wise.
Oh, then that's easy. Disneyland Paris. But I want to do Disneyland Paris's Halloween party.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, there you go. That's a good one.
Soiree. Yeah, and that concludes
The lightning round.
round.
Well, thank you so much. Take a minute right now and tell the Rope Drop Radio community where they can find you.
So, like I said before, my name is KingdaKha. So, my Twitter name is KingdaKha92. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm KingdaKha_92. And then my YouTube is just simply KingdaKha. KingdaKha. There you go.
Awesome. We'll be putting that in the show notes and throughout social media this week. Definitely, guys, give him a follow. Great stuff. A lot of fun. And look forward to his future YouTube video on the breakdown of Little Mermaid 2 and why it's the greatest Disney movie of all time.
Yeah, you know, just for that, I'm literally going to make one.
Yes, we will share that on all the things.
All the things.
I'm going to appreciate that.
Lots of likes and subscribes, all for that movie.
But I don't know if greatest movie of all time is going to go in the caption. I'm just going to review it in general because there's a lot to really just dive into.
Clickbait caption.
Love
put
it.
a question
That,
mark.
exactly.
Behind.
This is how you go viral.
This is why I need a marketing team.
There you go. We got you. So Little Mermaid 2, cannot wait for this. Seriously, let us know. We will post on all the things. We'll talk about it. This is going to be the next greatest thing ever. So, and our listeners will be sure to check it out and subscribe. So that is all the time that we got. We need to get to the Patreon episode with KingdaKha. So if you want to listen to that, go on to the show notes and click that link. And of course, if you want to book a Walt Disney World trip to try some of these things that are overlooked, you need to reach out to Michelle McKnight, the Rope Drop Queen. Her email is in the show notes as well, and book a trip because the rest of this year is filling up pretty quickly, and definitely a good time to go, and especially hopefully some of those fun, I can't remember what you said, the Halloween party is coming back too. So yeah, all sorts of good treats that you get to try out that are mostly overlooked. But there you go. For KingdaKha, for Doug, I'm Derek. You've been listening to Rope Drop Radio.